power of silence is more precious than gold, emphasizes the importance of silence in life. Silence is not merely the act of stopping speech, but a reflection of calmness, understanding, and self-control. When faced with difficult situations or criticism, staying silent can allow us to think clearly and avoid impulsive reactions that may lead to unwanted consequences. In Stoic philosophy, silence is also regarded as a powerful tool for protecting inner peace. Practitioners of Stoicism often choose silence when confronted with things beyond their control, or when regulating their emotions to let reason guide them. This saying serves as a reminder of the value of calmness and patience. While gold represents material wealth, silence can bring long-lasting wisdom and peace. The comparison between material wealth and spiritual values has long been a topic of contemplation throughout history. Gold, representing material wealth, has been regarded as one of the most valuable commodities, symbolizing riches, power, and economic success. It is not merely a precious metal, but a measure of individual and collective achievement. Those who possess gold are often respected, admired, and hold a higher social status. However, material wealth is not always the most important thing in life. Spiritual values, although intangible and invisible like gold, often prove to be far more significant in many aspects. Silence, profound example of spiritual value, illustrates how unseen qualities like calmness and self-control. First of all, gold symbolizes power and success. Since ancient times, gold has been a rare and valuable metal used in trade, jewelry making, and as a means of storing wealth. Gold represents prosperity, wealth, and economic success. In a world where material things often take center stage, gold becomes a way to measure the accomplishments of an individual or even an entire nation. Having gold allows people to buy goods, own property, and gain influence in society. Owning a large amount of gold can help consolidate one's status and reputation. As a result, many have pursued gold throughout history as a symbol of their success and dominance. However, gold is merely a symbol of material wealth, and material wealth cannot always bring happiness, inner peace, or a deeper understanding of life. While gold and possessions may satisfy temporary desires, they do not fulfill the deeper spiritual needs of human beings. It is at this point that spiritual values prove their worth, rising above the purely material. One of the most valuable spiritual virtues is silence, which symbolizes calmness, patience, and wisdom. Silence is not simply the absence of noise, but rather a special state of mind, where one can control emotions and actions. Silence allows us to reflect, listen, and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is not just a tool for resolving conflict, but also helps us avoid saying or doing things we might regret during moments of anger, confusion. Silence is the choice of the wise, those who understand that sometimes self-restraint and not reacting immediately is the best way to maintain peace and respect. In the philosophy of Stoicism, an ancient school of thought, silence is seen as a powerful tool for achieving tranquility and balance in life. Stoics encourage not letting external factors, such as criticism, insults, or difficulty, affect one's peace of mind. They believe that by maintaining silence and controlling emotions, individuals can shield their souls from unnecessary harm and remain calm under any circumstance. This demonstrates that silence is not just a spiritual value, but a method for attaining inner peace. Moreover, silence also allows individuals to gain insight and learn. When we are not quick to speak, we are better able to listen and observe. This helps us to assess situations objectively, leading to more thoughtful and intelligent decisions. The quiet moments of reflection allow people to learn from past experiences and mistakes, developing wisdom and problem-solving skills in the process. In addition, silence in communication can be very powerful. Sometimes silence shows respect for others, allowing us to listen and understand them better. In sensitive situations, silence can also help prevent conflicts and preserve relationships. Knowing when to speak and when to remain silent is an art, and those who master this art are often highly regarded, respected by others. In conclusion, spiritual values like silence surpass material values like gold in many aspects. While gold may bring wealth and power, silence offers inner peace, wisdom, self-control. In life, spiritual values such as calmness and the ability to listen can sometimes be more valuable than gold, as they lead to happiness and long-lasting success. Silence as a tool for self-protection and building credibility. Silence is often underrated in its power to protect oneself and build credibility. In a world where we are constantly encouraged to express our opinions and react to every situation, knowing when to stay quiet is a skill that few possess but many admire. Silence is not a sign of weakness or submission. Rather, it is a conscious choice that reflects self-control and wisdom. By choosing silence in moments of anger or tension, we can avoid saying things we might later regret, thereby preventing potential. One of the primary benefits of silence is that it allows us to pause and reflect or react. When emotions run high, especially in moments of anger or frustration, it is easy to lash out with words or actions that we might not truly mean. These outbursts can have lasting effects, damaging relationships or causing unnecessary conflict. By remaining silent, we give ourselves the opportunity to calm down and think more clearly, protecting ourselves from making rash decisions. In fact, many situations that could escalate into arguments can often be diffused simply by choosing not to respond immediately. Silence gives us the space to regain control over our emotion and approach the situation with a level head. Moreover, silence serves as a shield against unnecessary drama and conflict. When we engage in heated discussion, especially during moments of stress or anger, we risk saying things that can worsen the situation. However, by staying silent, we avoid feeding into the conflict and can even de-escalate tension. This is particularly useful in professional settings, where emotions can run high, but maintaining decorum and professionalism is crucial. Silence in this context becomes a powerful tool, preserving one's dignity and credibility. It shows that we are not easily swayed by emotion or provoked into saying something that could tarnish our reputation. In addition to its protective qualities, silence is also a sign of wisdom. Knowing when to speak and when to remain silent is a mark of emotional intelligence. Those who can stay silent at the right moment demonstrate a deep understanding of the situation and the people involved. They know that not every moment requires a response, and sometimes silence speaks louder than words. In many cases, people who master the art of silence are seen as more thoughtful and discerning. Their silence creates an aura of mystery, prompting others to think before speaking and carefully consider their words. Silence also cultivates respect. People who can remain calm and composed in challenging situations often earn the admiration of those around them. They are seen as strong, level-headed, and in control of their emotion, qualities that are highly valued in both personal and professional relationships. When someone can remain silent in moments of tension, it shows that they prioritize peace and resolution over winning an argument or having the last word. This level of self-discipline is often met with respect from others, as it indicates a maturity that not everyone possesses. Furthermore, silence can be a strategic tool for building credibility. In many situations, the more someone talks, the less they are taken seriously. Speaking too much, especially without substance, can dilute one's message and make them appear less credible. On the other hand, those who are more reserved in their speech often make a stronger impact when they do speak. Their words carry more weight because they have shown that they do not speak frivolously. By choosing to remain silent until the right moment, they create a sense of anticipation. And when they finally do speak, people listen. This strategic use of silence helps build authority and credibility over time. It is important to note that silence does not mean passivity or avoidance. It is an active choice that requires discipline and self-awareness. In situations where silence is used effectively, it can lead to better outcomes than engaging in heated debates or argument. Silence allows us to observe, listen, and better understand the dynamics at play. It helps us to gather information, assess the situation, and respond in a more thoughtful and deliberate manner. In conclusion, silence is a powerful tool for protecting oneself and building credibility. It allows us to avoid unnecessary conflicts, maintain our composure in stressful situations, and demonstrate wisdom and self-control. People who master the art of silence are often respected and admired for their ability to remain calm and thoughtful, even in challenging circumstances. By choosing silence, we not only protect ourselves from the negative consequences of impulsive speech, but we also build a reputation for being credible, wise, and in control. Silence as a tool for understanding and learning. Silence is often seen as a pause in communication, but in reality, it is much more than that. Silence can be a powerful tool for understanding and learning. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, choosing to stay silent allows us to listen more attentively, observe more closely, and process information with greater depth. It gives us the opportunity to truly understand the situations and people around us. Through silence, we can make more informed, thoughtful decisions that are often wiser and more considered than those made in haste. When we choose silence over speech, we create space to listen, not only to others, but also to ourselves. Listening deeply is essential for gaining clarity in complex situations. Too often in conversations, people are so eager to share their thoughts that they miss the opportunity to understand what is truly being said by the other person. Silence, however, allows us to absorb the full meaning of words, tone, and body language, providing a more complete understanding of the situation. When we listen without the urge to immediately respond, we become more attuned to the nuances of communication and can better grasp underlying emotions or unspoken concern. Additionally, silence enables us to observe our surroundings with greater precision. When we stop talking, we naturally become more aware of what is happening around us. This heightened awareness helps us understand situations more clearly. For example, in a tense meeting or a conflict, remaining silent gives us the opportunity to assess the emotions, motives, and dynamics at play. Observing how others react or behave in certain situations can offer valuable insights into their thoughts, feelings, and intention. This awareness allows us to respond more thoughtfully and strategically, rather than reacting impulsively. which can often lead to misjudgments or unnecessary conflict. Beyond understanding others, silence is also crucial for understanding ourselves. It creates a space for self-reflection and introspection. When we are constantly talking or reacting, we rarely have time to process our own emotions, thoughts, and experience. Silence allows us to pause, reflect, and gain insight into our own behaviors, motivations, and desires. This self-awareness is essential for personal growth and learning. Through quiet reflection, we can identify our strengths and weaknesses, learn from past mistakes, and make conscious decisions to improve ourselves moving forward. Silence is also a valuable tool in learning from experience. In today's fast-paced world, there's often pressure to react immediately to every situation. However, by choosing to remain silent, we give ourselves the time and mental space to learn from our experiences rather than rushing into action. For instance, after a challenging situation, taking a moment of silence to reflect on what happened allows us to extract valuable lessons. We can analyze what went well, what didn't, and how we can improve in the future. This deliberate process of learning through silence helps us become more thoughtful and effective individuals. Moreover, silence fosters a sense of self-control. In many situations, reacting immediately can lead to impulsive decisions or emotional outbursts. Silence, on the other hand, is a form of restraint. It teaches us to pause before responding, allowing us to choose our words and actions carefully. This restraint is a mark of emotional maturity and intelligence. When we are able to hold back and reflect before reacting, we demonstrate self-discipline and a deeper understanding of the situation at hand. This often leads to more constructive and productive outcomes in both personal and professional settings. In the realm of learning, silence is also a crucial part of the process. Great thinkers, scientists, and philosophers have long emphasized the importance of quiet contemplation in learning and discovery. Albert Einstein once remarked, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind." Silence allows our minds to wander, to explore new ideas that we might not have seen in the midst of constant chatter. It is in moments of quiet, creativity and insight often flourish. By giving ourselves the gift of silence, we open the door to deeper understanding and intellectual. Furthermore, silence helps us develop patience and tolerance. In many situations, silence requires us to hold back our urge to react, argue, or defend ourselves. This patience is an essential skill in both personal relationships and professional environments. When we remain silent, especially in the face of provocation or criticism, we allow ourselves the time to consider the other person's perspective. This act of patience can lead to better understanding and more harmonious relationships. It also helps us build resilience, as we learn not to be easily swayed by emotions or external pressures. In conclusion, silence is a powerful tool for understanding and learning. By choosing to stay silent, we open ourselves up to deeper listening, better observation, more thoughtful self-reflection. Silence allows us to process information more thoroughly, make wiser decisions, and learn from our experiences. It also fosters self-control, patience, intellectual growth. In a world that often values constant communication, it is important to recognize the value of silence and its ability to enhance our understanding of both ourselves and the world around us. Through silence, we can cultivate wisdom, improve our relationships, continue to grow as individuals. Stoic philosophy and the power of silence. In the Stoic philosophy, silence plays a profound and essential role. The Stoics, who originated in ancient Greece and later found prominence in Rome, emphasized the importance of controlling one's reactions to external events. Central to their teachings was the idea that we do not control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. In this regard, silence becomes a powerful tool, especially when faced with criticism, adversity, or conflict. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is the concept of ataraxia, or tranquility. The Stoics believe that peace of mind is the ultimate goal, and in order to achieve this state, one must develop the ability to remain unaffected by external stimuli could disturb emotional balance. This is where the practice of silence comes in value. By choosing to remain silent in the face of provocation, challenging situations, a Stoic avoids the risk of reacting impulsively or being swayed by fleeting emotion. Silence, then, is not merely the absence of words. It is an active practice, maintaining composure and emotional restraint. When encountering criticism or disrespect, the natural tendency for most people is to defend themselves, to argue back, or to become emotional. However, Stoics view this as a waste of energy, as something that disrupts inner peace. For them, silence represents strength. It is a conscious decision to refrain from being dragged into conflicts that do not serve a higher purpose. Through silence, the Stoic protects their inner peace, preserving their emotional state, clarity of thought. In many ways, it is a form of self-discipline, demonstrating mastery over one's desires and impulses. The Stoics also emphasize that the opinions of others are beyond our control. If someone criticizes or disrespects us, their behavior reflects their own values and character, not ours. Responding to such behavior, especially in anger or frustration, only serves to hand over control of our emotional state to others. By staying silent, the Stoic refuses to give away that power. This practice aligns with the Stoic belief that one's emotional state should be governed internally, not dictated by the external world. In Stoic thought, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, is often cited for his emphasis on the importance of inner control. In his Meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the Stoic ideal that inner calm is far more valuable than outward victories, confrontations. Silence, in this sense, is a means of preserving that inner calm, allowing the individual to remain focused on what truly matters, their own moral integrity and the development of virtue. Furthermore, silence allows for deeper reflection. When we choose to stay silent, rather than react impulsively, we give ourselves the opportunity to observe our thoughts, understand our emotions, and consider the situation from a more rational perspective. This pause is crucial for Stoics, who prioritize reason and logic over emotional outbursts. By taking a moment of silence, we gain the time needed to assess the situation clearly and determine the most virtuous course of action. Often, this results in a response that is far more measured and thoughtful than if we had reacted immediately. Beyond its use in dealing with external conflict, silence also plays a significant role in Stoic meditation and personal growth. Stoics believed in regular self-reflection, and silence provides the necessary space for introspection. In moments of quiet contemplation, Stoics could examine their thoughts, actions, and behaviors, ensuring that they aligned with their philosophical ideal. This practice of silent self-examination is essential for personal development in the Stoic tradition, as it helps individuals identify areas where they can improve and become more virtuous. In conclusion, silence in Stoic philosophy is much more than the absence of speech. It is a deliberate and disciplined practice that helps individuals maintain emotional control, protect their inner peace, and respond to life's challenges with reason and virtue. By choosing silence in the face of adversity or disrespect, Stoics demonstrate strength, self-discipline, and a commitment to their higher goals. As modern readers and practitioners of Stoicism, we can learn from this ancient wisdom, recognizing that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Instead, we can preserve our inner tranquility, remain composed, and stay focused on what truly matters, living a life of virtue and purpose. Silence as a powerful tool in communication. In communication, talking is not always necessary. Silence can be a powerful tool that conveys empathy, respect, and wisdom. Choosing to remain silent can often communicate a stronger message than words alone. In many situations, silence serves as a profound form of nonverbal communication. For example, during moments of grief or distress, offering a silent presence can be more comforting than any words of consolation. Silence in such contexts shows that we are fully present and attentive, allowing the other person to process their emotions without the pressure to respond. This form of silent support often feels more genuine and respectful, as it acknowledges their feelings without overshadowing them with verbal responses. Moreover, silence can also demonstrate respect in conversation. When someone is speaking, listening attentively and refraining from interrupting is a sign of respect. It shows that we value their perspective and are giving them the space to express themselves fully. This respectful silence not only strengthens the relationship, but also fosters a more open and honest dialogue. By allowing others to speak without interruption, we encourage a more thoughtful and balanced exchange of ideas. Silence can also be a powerful tool for expressing wisdom and thoughtfulness. In moments of conflict or heated discussion, choosing silence over immediate reaction can demonstrate a level of self-control and consideration. It allows us to step back and reflect before responding, which can lead to more measured and thoughtful communication. By pausing to think, we avoid escalating the situation with hasty comments and show that we are considering the issue carefully. In negotiations and decision-making processes, silence can be used strategically. During negotiations, remaining silent after making a point or offer creates a powerful effect. Puts pressure on the other party to respond, often leading them to reveal more information or reconsider their position. This strategic use of silence can give us an advantage in reaching a favorable outcome. Similarly, in decision-making, taking a moment of silence to reflect can lead to more informed and deliberate choices. Additionally, silence can be an effective way to manage conflict. Sometimes, engaging in a heated argument only exacerbates the problem. By choosing to remain silent, we can prevent the situation from escalating further. This form of silence can act as a de-escalation technique, giving everyone involved a chance to cool down and reassess the situation. It also provides a space for reflection and reconsideration, which can lead to more constructive solutions. In leadership, the ability to use silence effectively is a sign of strong leadership. Leaders who know when to speak and when to listen demonstrate a high level of emotional intelligence. They understand that sometimes the most powerful message is delivered through silence. By choosing when to speak and when to remain quiet, leaders can foster a more collaborative and respectful environment. This approach helps in building trust and credibility, as it shows that they value others' input and are willing to give them space. Silence also plays a crucial role in active listening. To truly understand what someone is saying, we must listen without immediately formulating a response. Silence allows us to fully absorb the information being shared, leading to better comprehension and more meaningful interactions. This kind of listening demonstrates that we are engaged and interested, which strengthens our communication with others. In conclusion, silence is a powerful and multifaceted tool in communication. It can convey empathy, respect, and wisdom, often communicating more effectively than words. Whether used to show support, demonstrate respect, manage conflict, or strategically influence a situation, silence can enhance our interactions and relationships. Recognizing the value of silence and mastering its use lead to more effective and thoughtful communication, ultimately fostering deeper understanding and connection. In summary, power of silence is more precious than gold, serves as a reminder of the importance of knowing when to remain silent. Silence is not just a matter of restraining emotions, it is also a sign of understanding, wisdom, and inner peace. In many situations, silence can offer more benefits and value than material assets like gold.